You're listening to The J with your host, Kennedy.
Hey, what's up, everyone? You are listening to The J. It is Saturday, August 5th. And you know what? It's Saturday, so let's mix it up. Hoshi, the Force of Nature remix by Forces of Nature. And you can find that remix from their awesome album, Harakari Mix. Right before them was Every Little Thing with Tatoe Omoku Hanarete Demo, Trip Strip mix from the remix album of theirs. So check that out. And then you heard Max with Give Me Shake from their Hyper Euro Max Super Eurobeat Presents album. And before them starting off this remix 444 for the J was Lee Jung-hyun with Hardcore Trance Mix from her special album Summer Party. Definitely check that one out. Very cool. Anyway, we're going to go to a commercial break and we'll be back with more of the J.
Why should you listen to VGDJ? Because it kicks ass. That's right, non-stop action, non-stop entertainment from start to finish. And when it's all over, you're gonna be begging for more.
Who's your daddy?
But don't take my word for it. Listen to what these few people had to say. VGDJ, very good. Boy, Duval, I love this show. We even went to the streets to ask people. Hey, what do you think of VGDJ?
Sure, man. It's like... So, you're still gonna give me that $5, right?
Even the workplace is no stranger to VGDJ. Between the agonizing screams and people jumping off the roof of my workplace, I actually find this show quite entertaining.
That's it. Johnson, you're fired.
Oh, damn, not again. So remember, boys and girls, tune in to VGDJ every week, or you could die.
What is the Orange Lounge Radio To Go edition? It's all the news that video gamers really want to know about.
Yeah, it's all about the news about games that don't suck.
Well, what's a podcast? It's a recorded show that you can subscribe to, so you always get the news first.
And you don't have to have an iPod to listen to it either. Winamp, Windows Media Player, it's all good.
I'm Rob Roberts, and every week on the Orange Lounge Radio To Go edition, I'll bring you news about what's going on in the gaming world. From next-generation gaming to current classics you know and love, we'll give you the news and talk about the effects the news can have on the scene.
I'm Jamie Summers, and every week on Orange Lounge, I'll be here to give you my honest input on the news. When gaming lawsuits are the issue, or a new law is on the table that could affect the gaming world, we'll be here to help you understand how the result could affect you. Also, tune in for my advice column every week, because gamers, if you stay indoors and play video games all day long, you'll never be able to go out and get laid.
I'm Loki, and every week on Orange Lounge Radio To Go, I'll keep you posted on the latest in gaming gear, from hacks to mods to cracked to emulation. We'll be here to give you an uncensored view of what people on the internet are up to. And tune in to find out what geeks of the world install Linux on next. Join us at www.orangeloungeradio.com for all the information you need to subscribe to our show.
Click on the link that says Orange Lounge Radio To Go on the left side of the page for all the info you need.
And send us an email if you have any comments or suggestions. To go at orangeloungeradio.com.
Firehouse Radio. We're not your mother.
Hey, this is Jim Getz at Firehouse Radio. If you like excitement, then you have to check out the Firehouse Radio Show. Action, talk, music, and more is what you'll hear on our weekly podcast, found exclusively on Firehouse.fm. Hey, we're firefighters doing radio right. Tell them, Chef.
What's the matter, children? It's Firehouse Radio.
Hello, JN fans. This is Kumiko Kato. Please check out my website at www.kumikokato.com. And now, back to JN Radio.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the J, episode 185. How is everyone doing today? Man, it's been an interesting... I guess the last time I talked to you guys was about a week ago, but a lot of things happening this summer. And you've heard quite a few guest hosts, from Garland doing the Fast and the Furious coverage to Wynn doing the Hyde coverage, and then Gilbert doing the San Diego Comic-Con coverage, and it's all pretty good. This past Wednesday was Kitade Nana, who appeared at the San Francisco Virgin Megastore, and she did a performance for about 3 songs, and about 200 people or so attended, which is really cool. And she's also performing at, she did perform at Otakon, and which is currently happening right now. So hopefully, a lot of people who did go to Otakon, if you're listening to this after, had a great time. I'm sure you did. But yeah, Kentari Nana, she performed in San Francisco. And as I mentioned, I dispatched our JN photographer, Alder. Alder has experience covering many concerts, actually celebrities, and that's his specialty in terms of photography. He's there for their weddings, and he actually covers high-profile stars. But in this case, I just asked him if he wanted to cover this, and he said, "Yeah, sure, I'd give it a try." And he's not too familiar with Gothic Lolita, but as most of you who follow Kitari Nana know that she does wear the Gothic Lolita dresses. And in this event, this performance, she was wearing her Gothic Lolita outfit along with hair that reached down to her knees. But it was quite interesting because Alder is not usually... He has no familiarity with the Gothic Lolita scene, so when he went there, when I last talked to him, he was just like, she's really cool. She did a good job singing, but I just don't understand why she's wearing this kitty dress and holding a teddy bear. So that's his first visual sight of someone wearing Gothic Lolita outfits. So I guess when he was thinking goth, he was thinking of Marilyn Manson type of goth, but had to explain to him a little bit about the Gothic Lolita thing. But speaking about Gothic Lolita, all I can say is if you are into the Gothic Lolita outfits and if you're into the cosplay, especially the music, I can't say too much, but let's just say that prepare for Pacific Media Expo in Los Angeles on October 29th and the 30th, and you're really going to enjoy it. So I'll leave it at that for now until we get more information, and it's going to be very cool, very, very cool. As for JN, some updates coming on the website. Recently did an interview with Puffy Amiyumi, and what makes this interview special is that it's probably the first time, not the first time, but it's our fifth straight year of interviewing them, and actually maybe it's our sixth. I think 5 times interview and then the article for the Hi Puffy Amiyumi. But anyway, I just remember first seeing these women perform on Japanese television, and the first time I interviewed them was really cool because we stayed upon before they were Puffy Amiyumi, they were just Puffy, and just interviewing them about their music and what was going on in Japan. Then pretty much, after that, things had to focus, of course, on their American career and what's going on with their album releases and so forth, and their performances in the U.S. This one's it's a little different because it's a hybrid of both, and pretty much talking about their 10th year anniversary, which I wanted to focus on. And it's one thing to see these women, grow in their careers, and you have to understand that in Japan, a lot of Japanese music artists don't really last all that long. A lot of people say they're 15 minutes of fame or up, and with Puffy Amiyumi, they took a risky direction that many groups don't survive from once they change their music format. Sure, they are not as popular as they were in Japan when they first came out, but the thing is that what they have accomplished here in the U.S. and also in Japan, and still managed to keep their name afloat. I mean, they were on Smap X Smap not too long ago, and you're still seeing on television, and they're still on magazines, and I really do feel that it's because they managed to change their music style. They're able to embrace different types of music and give things a try. They collaborate with really good music artists, and what can I say? They have accomplished quite a bit especially here in the U.S., I guess the really big accomplishment was way back in the 60s by Sakamoto Q. And to see Puffy Amiyumi doing something, sure, they don't have the #1 Billboard song or the major accomplishment that Q had back in the day, but I think that Puffy Amiyumi, the way they're marketed and the way that their performances have been attended and sold out, and they came a long way. And I guess I'll just leave it at that. It's really cool to interview the women 10 years later and ask them questions about that, and the answers are always fresh and it's pretty different. So we'll have that interview up on JNT very soon. We'll also have the interview up for Wynn's interview with Hyde coming up. Now, with Hyde's interview, a lot of people are asking why didn't it come out a week or two after his performance in the U.S. And the reason being is that I decided to give JME, Japanese Music Europa, the chance to have first promotion for their interview. The JNT interview does slightly differ with a few questions. But definitely you're going to be able to see that. We have two different types of formats, so that one should be going up within the next week or so. And there's also the concert coverage for Southern California that should be up as well. And also coming up is my interview with Kitare Nana, and also a little bit for the coverage on the San Francisco performance as well. So a lot of things coming up the pike here on JNT. And of course on August 19th and the 20th we will be doing a live podcast from Anajam in Fresno, California. We'll see how that thing goes. I don't know. As some of you have remembered from probably a past podcast or the past JNT article, we originally created Anajam. Myself and Edwin Mockrig and a group of friends from JNT, we started Anjam more as a party, and Chris Simons he pretty much warned us that once you start an event like this, people are going to expect a convention and people are going to think it's a convention. In our mind, it was pretty much a party where we wanted to do something that included our passions of Japanese and Asian, pop culture, anime, cosplay, and so forth, and do an event. And it was a 6-hour event on a Friday night, and 500 people all around the state came. Over 500 people. So it was really, really awesome. But now it deserves a convention. A lot of people enjoyed that, and they want something bigger. And now, we pretty much let whoever wanted to run Anajam and do what they want and create to a con to handle that, and they got really good people to do that. So I kind of look forward to seeing, to see what they have in store. Quite a bit of bands plan to be there, and it's all good. It's all good. So I look forward to that. And that is on August 19th through 20th in Fresno, California. So if you are in the vicinity or somewhere in California, give it a try. So hopefully a established Central California convention will happen, knock on wood. But good luck, guys, and hopefully you have a successful event. Going on to the Oricon charts, let's see what's number 1 right now. Number 1 album goes to Bonnie Pink for the album Every Single Day. Complete Bonnie Pink, 1995 through 2006. We did an interview with Bonnie Pink, I believe last year, so check out our interview on JNT. Also, the number 1 CD single goes to Glay, featuring Kyosuke Himuro for the CD single Answer. That's really awesome. Going on to the US and Billboard, number 1 goes to LaToya for her self-titled album, LaToya. Many people don't know that LaToya is one of the former members of Destiny's Child, and some of you may remember or not remember that there were 2 other members that were part of the group right before the current members were there, along with Beyonce. So It's good to see her at number 1. Nelly Furtado continues to be number 1 with Promiscuous with Timbaland. And in the UK, number 1 album of the week goes to Razorlight for their self-titled album. And the number 1 CD single continues to go to Shakira featuring Wyclef Jean for Hips Don't Lie. Moving on to DVDs. The number 1 DVD right now goes to, well, this is a music DVD now in Japan, Otsuka Ai for Love Cook Tour 2006, Mascara Mainichi Sukete Mascara at Osaka Joe Hall on the May 9th, 2006. That's the number 1 DVD right now in Japan for music. And according to Amazon, the movie V for Vendetta, the widescreen edition, is currently the number 1 ordered DVD right now. So that's pretty awesome. Going on to video games. The number 1 game in the US, or anticipated game, or is the number 1 game, according to GameSpot, is Street Fighter II Hyper Fighting for the Xbox Live Arcade. I believe this game's about $10, but this is the game that everyone has been waiting for, and I haven't downloaded it yet, but look forward to. I'm a big Street Fighter II fan, and I've spent a lot of quarters playing that game and getting my butt whooped, but once I learn how to use Guile, you know it. Oh yeah, baby. Number 1 game in Japan. Well, let's go ahead and count down from 10 to number 1. Number 10 is Musha King, Greatest Champion for the DS. At number 9, we have Ego ga Nigate Training for the DS. At number 8, Derby Stallion for the PSP. At number 7, Moto no wa Kitaeru Utono no DS Training. At number 6, Shaberu DS Royori Navi for the DS. Number 5, Kamae Tachi no Yoru x3 for the PS2. At number 4, Mario Basketball 3-on-3 for the DS. At number 3, New Super Mario Bros. For the DS. At number 2, Sengoku Basara. At number 2, or actually that's Sengoku Basara 2 for the PS2. And at number 1 game in Japan right now is Tamagotchi no Puchi Puchi Omisechi 2. So, Tamagotchi back on top again. Haven't really bought an import yet within the past few months. Actually considering buying the new Bleach PSP game, which looks pretty cool. There's actually quite a bit of games that came out that look pretty cool, but haven't bought too many video games lately. I think the last one I did pick up was King of Fighters for the Xbox, even though it doesn't work on my Xbox 360. I bought it for the old Xbox, and hopefully they make a patch to play some of these fighting games on the 360 Xbox games, that is. But looking at the Japan list for the last 3 weeks of import video games, or what's popular over there, it seems like there's quite a bit of change of what games stay in, which is going out. In this one, Mario Basketball, it doesn't surprise me that it didn't debut at number 1. Not many Japanese that I know. Well, you know what? Actually, my friends are basketball fans. The guys are, but not too many people that I know that are hardcore into sports. So it doesn't surprise me that Mario Basketball didn't debut at number 1. But here in the U.S., I could see it doing really well. As for Tamagotchi no Puchi Puchi being number 1, sure, Tamagotchi craze way back in the 90s, but I have heard from various people that this game is really awesome for the DS, the first game. I know the ratings weren't that great. They said it's pretty tedious. You do the same things over and over again. But I'm actually, curious about it. That's a big may, pick it up. Only if it's cheap. If it's down to $9 or something, I don't know. There's some DS games that are pretty low priced right now, so if this one gets to that point, then I'll pick it up. But right now, I'm still trying to play quite a few games. I played Trace Memory, beat that. That's an awesome game, If you can find that game still, I heard it's one of those hard games to find for the DS, but if you can find it, really cool game. I wasn't expecting all that much, but the storyline is very good, and I actually dig it. So that's Trace Memory, a game I'm playing right now, and I figured, why not try to beat it, since I've been playing it for the last year, off and on, is Phoenix Wright. It's actually an awesome game, and it's one of those games that came out, hung with what's that? I can brain fart. It's the medical game, the surgery game. I can't even think about it right now. Anyway, Phoenix Wright. Yeah, it's one of those games that came out with a limited release, and next thing you know, people were paying like $80 for it, and it was just crazy. But they re-released it, so you can pick it up for cheap again. Hopefully, knock on wood. Here, some people still can't find it in their areas, but hopefully you can. Let's see what else is on this one. Shaberu Dias Ryori Navi. It's cooking, teaching you how to cook on the DS. That's quite interesting. Derby Stallion doesn't surprise me. Japanese have a love for derby, horse racing games, so no big surprise. Sengoku Basara 2. I've never played the first one, but looks pretty interesting. As for the GameSpot game of Street Fighter 2, Xbox Live Arcade, the game has been delayed for the longest time, but it's finally out. I think that's wonderful. But you know what? I heard that they were really trying to fix the lag on Xbox Live Arcade, and if they did fix it, I think that's wonderful. I think a lot of people will play the old school game, and again, it, harks back to the the arcade days, but this time you battle over broadband. One of my hesitations of buying it is that I'm on DSL, and for some reason I cannot get a very good connection on any online game on my DSL. I can have everything off, not connected to my network or computers, but just on my Xbox 360 only. And I remember playing Dead or Alive when they had that Verizon play free for the weekend deal, and I said, you know what, I'll give it a try again. I played Xbox Live in the first month when I got my Xbox 360 with a free month, and then I'll try it again, and still lag like crazy, and kind of ticked me off. And I said, you know what, this is BS. And I'm not sure if it's, I know my friends who play Xbox Live, they're on cable modem, and they play fine, but maybe I'm not too close to the Switch Center for the DSL Switch Center, and that's why I experience a lag. I don't know. I thought usually get good connections, but yeah, it sucks. It sucks that I can't play online games without the significant lag. So especially fighting games. I remember when I used to have friends over for the regular Xbox, and they'd get into it, and they'd play a game, and next thing you know, it cut off. And I remember playing Friends, what was that tennis game for, I forgot what it was called for the Xbox, and next thing you know, once we're in the middle of a game, and, near the end, the thing just cuts off, and lag, and I just hate that. So until I figure out how to get a better connection, I'm not going to bother with Xbox Live. I'd love to play Street Fighter 2 right now against people, but right now, if I can't get that freaking lag gone, to remove that lag, don't know what else I can do. But hey, let me know if you had that same experience, and if you were able to remedy it, let me know. Email me at nt2099@gmail.com. And in our never-ending quest to bring the talent behind the Voltus 5 English dubs, we present the Voltus 5 Minute.
I hope I've made myself clear, Little John. Don't leave headquarters.
I have to be, brother. It's an annual scale model competition, and I don't want to miss it.
I know it's a big sacrifice, Little John, but right now we're sitting ducks. Should the Bosanians renew attack, our camp will be completely destroyed. You understand that, don't you?
I'm sorry, Steve. Please understand me. I've looked forward to this race event for 11 months now, and my battleship Mikasa is sure to win.
Get off, Little John!
No!
Oh, please, Steve, let him go. Please, just this once. I've trained long enough with you. If the enemy attacks, I can handle it. I'll fight in his place.
Negative. Everybody's doing his best, and what does this punk do? Go to a silly race. Don't be a fool, Little John. It's your duty to defend the Earth against the Bosanians. Every pilot is vital to the Voltus 5 operation.
I have to go. I work hard at building the ship. I know it will win. I'll be champion.
It takes only 3 minutes to come back from the harbor, Steve. That isn't to be back in no time if the Bosanians attack.
That's enough.
And that was our Voltus 5 English Dub Minute! It's that time right now to check out what happened around the same time in Giant history. On August 7th, 1999, on the music show Countdown TV, the spotlight was on The Pump, as their album Higher and Higher was the featured discography. Special guests for this episode were Dorian Gray and Sunny Day Service. On August 7th, 2001, V6's Gakko Ieko featured their Cinderella finale, which is a segment getting together young nerds and outcasts to work together to be the main actors and actresses, or actors mainly, in the play for Cinderella. And then it also was the return of Chibi Ayu, a young 8-year-old girl who dresses and tries to emulate Hamasaki Ayumi's look and her singing. On August 1, 1998 was the 4th episode of the MTV drama Harmonia, which featured Kinky Kids member Damoto Koichi, who plays a music student who helps a girl suffering from an incurable brain disease through music and as a medical treatment. But the girl seems to have a hidden supernatural power. This drama was based on a novel by Shinoda Setsuko. On August 5th, 1994, on the TV Asahi music show Music Station, the special guests were Chage Anaska, Oda Yuji, Hikaru Genji, and Okui Kaori, the lead singer Princess, and Kudo Shizuka. And this leads to our classic song of this episode of The J by Kudo Shizuka, titled Dokoku. A little bit about Shizuka. She is among the female idols of the 80s and the 90s, and she was a member of the Onyanko Club. I guess you could say that's a precursor for Morning Musume. And she was the 38th member. She and 2 other members of Onyanko Club formed a group called Ushirogami Hikaritai, which didn't really last that long, but she pursued a solo career and her songs reached number 1. She was one of the few divas, along with Nakayama Miho, Nakamura Akina, Moitaka Chisato, who did really well in the late 80s and early 90s. And her popularity reached other areas of Asia, and she performed in Hong Kong in 1993, selling out both concerts within a few hours. Known for her love for the color purple and her various hairstyles through the years, and also she has a unique type of vocal style. She was once romantically linked to Toshio of X Japan in the 90s, and then around 2000 she was spotted with SMOP's Kimura Takia. And I remember when they were caught by paparazzi, they were saying they were just friends trying to help each other out with a certain problem or something like that. And next thing you know, it was revealed that she was pregnant and Kimura Takia was the father. And they pretty much the two married and currently have 2 children. And they're a happy couple right now, one of the few couples, celebrity couples, that have managed to stay together for more than 5 years, or actually they are 5 years right now. But anyway, Kudo has come back with a few CD singles and another to be released in September titled Clavis. She's a busy mother, actress, and also a jewelry designer. The song you're about to hear is Dokoku, written by Nakajima Miyuki. I guess that translates to wailing or whale. Not whale as in the ocean whale, but how would I say this? Anyway, W-A-I-L, a song that Kudo is very well known for and was used for her drama Anohini Kaeretai. It returned to yesterday, which Kudo Shizuka and Kikuchi Momoko play the characters of sisters. Kikuchi plays the older concerned sister, Kudo plays the free-spirited sister, and Kudo wants to study in America, so she leaves her boyfriend in the care of her sister. And you know what happens when you leave your boyfriend with your sister in this drama. And, her sister and her boyfriend shack up. And next thing you know, Kudo returns to find out they are a couple. So now you know, drama. Here's Kudo Shizuka with Dokoku from her album She Best of Best, catalog number PCCA 01053 from Pony Cannon, released back in December 2006. The single was released back in February 1993, And what can I say? Really awesome song, and I guess you could say that this is a song that Kuro Shizuka is really known for. You see her performing it all the time when she is at some event and some TV special. It's one of her popular songs. So here is Kuro Shizuka with Dokoku.
それ Hey Otaku, are you having trouble staying on top of all the new Japanese animation releases? Then you need to check out the weekly anime review podcast. Every week your host Aaron, hey that's me, reviews not only the newest anime releases, but classic anime as well. I'll also look at anime news, upcoming DVD releases, listener contributions, fan projects, convention reports, even play some pod-safe music and more. You can visit us on the web at www.weeklyanimereview.com. The Weekly Anime Review Podcast. Anime reviews for your ears.
一つ数えて進めばいい、二つ数えて休めばいい、三つ数えて考えりゃいい、マイペースで進めればいい。
Hi, I'm Ichigo.
I'm Balto.
And we're Anime Pulse.
We've got our fingers on the pulse of anime.
Do you like anime, but you don't know what to watch?
We love anime and watch it all the time.
So if you want the true fan's perspective on the latest and greatest from Japan,
rants or just stories about anime,
we're the ones to check it out. So check out Anime Pulse at www.anime-pulse.com.
Hey, you kids! What are you doing on my lawn? Get out of here!
Oh, great, it's old man Chigo!
Run!
Hi, it's the Cine Gang,
a Filipino-American podcast.
We discuss Filipino-American life from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
So check us out at cine-gang.com.
We talk about anything and everything from our unique Pinoy perspective.
We offer a Filipino word of the day.
We offer examples of Pinoy power.
We talk about poetry, food, or whatever comes to mind.
So visit us at cine-gang.com and join us.
The Cine Gang.
Welcome to Baka Chat. Hey, this is ET from Baka Chat. Reverse culture shock at its best. www.inanet.com. That's AINANET.com. Mahalo. Now back to Kennedy with J-Ant. The source, the only source for Japanese entertainment.
Now here's the news.
We'll start off in Korea, where TV Spot pitches Korea's sexiest against each other. From Chosun, to make the hot summer months even hotter, Jun Ji-hyun and Lee Hyo-ri are engaged in a battle over the title of Korea's sexiest woman, pitted against each other to hype satellite DMB phones in a commercial. The two stars' initials have been used to christen the two Samsung Anycall phones, Slim and J and Slim and H. They each have their own color. Lee is sexy in a provocative way, but can also be cute and unaffected. Jun Ji-hyun managed to be sexy at the same time as radiating a certain purity and innocence. Many people who are familiar with Asian entertainment know Lee Hyo-ri as the former member of Finkel, and Jun Ji-hyun as she's been on many top films such as My Sassy Girl, and also and Il Mare. This is really awesome. Lee Hyo-ri in one commercial dressed as Marilyn Monroe in a Samsung Anycall commercial, and also Ji Jun-hyun in a Samsung Anycall commercial where she's just looking very sexy. You can probably find it on YouTube, so definitely check it out. There were over 4.2 million search inquiries on the topic, and it became one of the hottest downloads at Cyworld and on blogs, according to the article. Moving on to Japan, Naruto Ninja Fest kicks off at Tokyo Dome. This happened on the 1st, I believe. Naruto Ninja Dome 06 welcomed many fans again Monday at the Prism Hall in Tokyo Dome City. Some coming as far as America and Italy to take part in the Ninja Fest, promoting the popular manga and anime. According to the Daily Mainichi, Monday's events opened with around 250 fans attending the recording of a radio show starring Naruto voice talents Junko Takeuchi, the voice of Naruto, and Kazuhiko Inoue, who plays Kakashi, who read out messages from fans, discussed the upcoming Naruto film, and previewed the theme tune from the new PS2 game, Naruto Konoha Spirits, sung by Takeuchi. Two fans, Alice, age 20, and Chiara, 23, came all the way from Italy for the event. I like the story very much, Alice said. The psychology of the characters, the plot, it's very intriguing. Naruto Ninja Dome 06 kicked off on Saturday and will be continuing through until August 23rd. So, for those of you who are planning to go to Japan, you still have some time to check it out. Going on, and still in Japan, are you guys fans of Hayao Miyazaki? Of course you are. Anyway, his son, Miyazaki Jr., takes Ghibli back to its roots. According to Daily Yomiuri Online, Goro Miyazaki has some good reasons to feel under pressure. He's director of Gedo Senki, Tales from Earthsea, the latest feature from Studio Ghibli, one of the world's most important animation studios. Despite being a complete novice, the movie, based on a best-selling book by Ursula K. Le Guin, marks his film production and directorial debut. If that isn't pressure enough, he also has a towering reputation of his father and Ghibli head Hayao Miyazaki hanging over him. To make matters tougher still, Miyazaki Sr. initially voiced strong opposition to his son's involvement in the project. So now, has he been dealing with the pressure? In an interview with the Daily Yomiuri, Goro was keen to give the impression that he has been taking everything in stride. His strategy, he explains, was not even to consider the pressure, but to focus instead on the task in hand and on what kind of movie he wanted to create. According to Goro, he said, "I want to make the kind of thing Hayao Miyazaki and Isao Takahata were making when I was a teenager." Goro says, preferring to call his father by his full name rather than refer to their familiar tie. When I asked myself why I wanted to make a movie, the answer was in Hayao Miyazaki's films. In a sense, I was not interested in other kind of animated features. For example, I didn't want to make something like what Mamoru Oshii or Katsuro Otomo would make, even though their work is also anime. Now, you may be wondering what kind of experience Goro has, and he may seem like he's an animator, but he's actually not. He actually graduated from university with a degree in forest science, going on to work as a construction consultant involved in landscape planning and the design of parks and urban forestry projects. He became involved with Ghibli when he designed the Ghibli Museum in 1998 and served as the museum's director from 2001 to 2005. He came to direct the movie in the course of events. He was merely an observer at the beginning of the project, but he eventually started to storyboard and head the project. Eventually, producer Suzuki named him as director. That was one big reason why he didn't feel as much pressure as might be expected. And having completed the film, he seems almost completely relaxed about it. "This may be my first film and maybe the last," he said. Maybe, but hopefully not. You can find read more of this article on Daily Yomiuri. Moving on to China, Sina.com reports that Donnie Yen is currently in talk to take the lead in a Bruce Lee movie biography initiated by Lee's 4 brothers and sisters. The project's financial backer demands the actor playing Bruce Lee must be a Chinese, a real martial artist, a good actor, and someone who has Hollywood experience. According to the website, Donnie Yen is very much interested in playing Bruce Lee. He said that Lee was just like an idol to him, and Lee's spirit had great influence on him. This new Bruce Lee biopic will be based on a biography by Bruce's young brother, Robert. Beijing's JA Media has authorized to execute the project with approximately US $13 million. Shooting will begin in January next year and release at an aimed date of 2008. So all in all, a pretty, it's not too slow, but news week around Asia. But anyway, let's go ahead and go to this 444. I guess you could say it's a J Asian 444, where we feature Asian artists. And, not just Japanese artists. We like to promote the Asian entertainment and pop culture as well. So, starting off is Wang Fei with Meteor.
ENT Radio brings you big origami.
And that was Moi to Moi with Nightbreed from their CD single, Shadows Temple. Very good CD single. And hopefully they will be coming to the S really soon, knock on wood. We'll see. Anyway, before them was PsycholissimU, a band with so much potential, but recently called it quits. That was their song, Michi no Sora. Right before them, another group that is no longer around, SES. Now they all have their own solo careers, but that was their Korean song, Love, from their third album, Love. And starting off, the J444 was Fei Wong, or Wang Fei, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And that was her song Meteor, an awesome song that you can find, I believe, a different version on Didar and another one from her Greatest Hits album. So that is it, everyone. You guys have a great week. And again, we'll see you at And the Jam on August 19th through the 20th in Fresno, California, and also Los Angeles for Pacific Media Expo, October 29th and 30th. So please, if you can make it, that'd be cool. Support these events, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Visit JET on the web at www.nt2099.com/J-ENT and email JETradio at nt2099@gmail.com. See you next time.